Welcome everyone to Belterra Park, Cincinnati. It is Saturday, June the 1st. What a beautiful day. We've got sunny skies, warm temps. Ashley Holiday here, joined by my favorite co-handicapper and of course our on-track announcer, Mr. Ed Meyer.
Ashley, it is absolutely gorgeous. Last week said the same thing, but that's the beauty of summer racing. We get more days like this, and you know what? I wouldn't trade it for all the tea and whoever has the most tea. I wouldn't trade it for anything. But you know what? Before we even get started, two gentlemen over there, they both asked the same question. What time are you going to start next week?
So next week, we are actually going to push post time back about 20 minutes to 12:35 p.m. Most folks here will remember that 12:35 post time. That's been our standard post time for quite a few years now. This year we did try to push a little bit earlier. We liked it for a while, but we heard from the guests, and we're going to go ahead and push back to 12:30. Let them sleep in a little bit this summer. How about that?
You know, they could play hooky and come on out, and maybe it gets a little more work done in the office. But, you know, it's big things coming up this week. But that was funny. First couple questions, what time do you start? I like that.
12:35.
They are listening, young lady. Today's first race, claiming event, sprinting 5.5 furlongs. There is a field of 5 going postward here. Once again, sprinting 5.5 furlongs. For me, I'm going to go with the 2 Abounding. Has a lot of speed here. The 7-year-old mare by Justin Phillip from the David Cook barn is 6 for 17 to money. Take a look at that last race out with Tiago Canuto aboard. Was an even race. Actually was finishing a little against tougher quality runners here. Is eligible to improve, third start off of a layoff. I think we both like that move. David Cook is 36% of the money there. Tiago Canuto had been doing very well. Been the red hot jock the last 7 days. 16 starts, 9 of which are in the money. Tiago, keep up the good work. So in today's opener, I'm going to take the 2 Abounding, currently at 7-2.
Ed, I went all the way to the outside here with the 5-horse, Demita Lucia. Yarmari Korea in the irons for trainer Richard S. Vanko. Now, this one is against kind of my typical handicapping pattern. I don't always like to use a horse first time off a layoff, but here's kind of why I'm gonna change things up with this one. Now, last 2 starts were at Turfway Park, was at Churchill Downs a couple times last year as well. So this one has been facing a bit tougher company, has been off since January, does have some decent works, both March, April, and May, some workman-like works, as we call them. Nothing, you know, too fast, but just enough to get the job done. Now, my faith really lies in the trainer and rider connection here, and that's Richard S. Vanko, almost always in the money here at Belterra Park, always at the top of the trainer leaderboard. And then, of course, Yarmari Korea in the irons. That certainly never hurts anything at all. And then I used your 2 underneath here. Everything you said I agree with. I know we both like that third start off of a layoff angle. Abounding should be plenty fit, ready to go. Tiago Canuto, well, he's just been red hot. And then for third, I'm going to round out with Queen of Chile with Louis Colon in the irons. This one also has been off a little bit. So
I think they named that horse after you if you take a look at it. Read it one more time slow, and I think it's you.
Queen of Chile.
Oh, the Queen of Chill.
Queen of Chill. I'm reading Queen of Chile. I'm hungry. Okay,
you're hungry. You want chili. Okay, we can go with that.
Gonna have a chili dog or a walkie taco right down here in concessions, and I'll be all set.
Bad,
there we go.
Not bad. You know what? A girl could do a whole lot worse. It could be all ice cream.
But I'll take the compliment, Queen of Chill. I don't know if
you are the Queen of Chill.
I don't know if that really fits me or not, but I'm gonna take it.
It does. It does. Second race, the claiming event, traveling 6 furlongs, no scratches. Indoor changes to mention in here. I'm going to go with a 2 again. I'm going to go with Moon Mischief. Oscar Villarreal aboard for Kyle Karamori. Karamori's been winning 30% of the time here at Belterra Park. This 7-year-old get a son of Into Mischief is 1 for 3 at Belterra Park. Going to go from a mile to 6.5 furlongs back to 6 furlongs a day. I like that there. I see a lot of early speed here. There's a 91 time form early number. And if you say, hey, I really don't understand, I would open the form. Basically, the higher the number, the better it is. So there's a whole lot of speed here. The pace overall, when I looked at it, it favors front runners. I think the 2 Moon Mischief and the rail has been the place to be. The 1 has been running right about 25%, excuse me. And I'd say the 2 is just right behind. So the 2 is in that perfect cushion spot for a whole lot of speed. For me in today's second race, I'll go with the 2 Moon Mischief.
You know, Ed, here in race 2, I'm going to go for a bit of a price, and again, going to go away from my typical kind of handicapping bag of tricks here, if you will, and I'm going to go with the 5 Past Imperative. Again, I'm going to use the connections here as kind of my reasoning why. So trainer Steve Sandy has had 3 starts so far here at Belterra Park, 2 of them winners, firing at about 66.6%, which is pretty impressive, all things considered. Now, this one as well, Past Imperative, last time out back in February at Turfway Park. This one is familiar with the Belterra Park surface, even has a win or 2 here over the Belterra Park Oval in years past. So for me, gonna go with the 5 Past Imperative, 5-1 morning line. Be curious to see what we get when it comes, you know, into the post parade on the tote board here, and the betting public gets a look at the 5. But I'm going to use it on top. I went 5-2-4 in here. Couldn't stay away from the 2 Moon Mischief for second. Then I'm going to go all the way, I shouldn't say all the way, but right in the middle with the 4 Firewire. Taking a little bit of a class drop with John McKee aboard.
Very well said, very well said. And you know, when you were talking about Steve Sandy, he had a tough second yesterday with Wind Twist on the turf, and Driftwood got the lead, went wire to wire, and the wire came in time, but Steve Sandy's Wind Twist on the turf was mowing them down. So maybe he gets a little payback today on that
He
one.
might. I like the term there, mowing them down on the turf. It fits perfectly, so I love it.
I'll tell you what, I must have cut a lot of grass when I was a kid. Our third race today, a claiming event traveling a mile and 70 yards. Let's scratch number 5 digital software. Scratch the 5 digital software in today's third race. For me, I go to the 3, the 9-5 Buzzer. And with Buzzer, you're getting John McKee and Sergio Baez teaming up. Baez winning 57% in the money. This 6-year-old Gettison of Sky Kingdom has 2 starts, a win and a second at Belterra Park, was a beaten favorite last time out, and handicappers from all walks love to come back on that beaten favorite. You know, you didn't get the prize last time out, but today we come back, we turn the page, and I think Sergio Baez gets them ready, and they always come over looking tremendous. Beaten favorite last time out, I think that's going to be the big key here, and I'm going to see a little bit of early tracking speed here. John McKee wins 24% of the time with that, and he is absolutely laser focused. He's winning 29% of the time. For me, I'm going to go with the 3 Buzzer, 9-5. Hey, take it when you can get it.
100% agree, Ed. For me in here, I went 6-2-3. I went to the outside, the 6. Lucky in Kentucky. We're not quite in Kentucky, but we might as well be. Close enough. Close enough. Lucky in Kentucky was lucky here last time out to win. I always say pay attention to the equibase comments. I like this one. 4 wide run, ridden out. So to me, that means the horse was just much the best in there. Tiago Canuto back in the irons today for trainer Michelle Bradford. Michelle's one of the people you want to root for. Small kind of roots type stable. Does everything herself from start to finish. You know those horses don't lack for anything. The attention to details right there. I just kind of, I love to see those type of people do good. So I know Lucky in Kentucky's quite lucky to be in the barn that he's in. So for me, going to go with the 6. Fits in well here. Impressive performance last time out. Comfortable here at Belterra Park. Has about 18, 19 starts over this oval lifetime, so should do plenty fine in here. Then I go to the 2 Ghost Bike. Victor LeBron in the irons has ran here his last 2 times out. Was a winner last time by 3 1/4 lengths with John McKee in the irons. Now John McKee is going to be on the 3 in here. Ed's top pick, and that is Buzzer. Now Buzzer I've picked for the win his last 3 starts, but today I'm going to go against Buzzer. Try to beat him with the 6 Lucky in Kentucky. 6-2-3 for me in race 3.
In today's fourth race, claimant event traveling 1 mile, number 3 Queen Lexi is plus 2 pounds overweight, For Antioch Murgia, Coco to his friends, and to everyone else, it's Coco. I saw him out there jogging on the turf course. I'll tell you what, he looked like $1,000,000. I mean, this guy was really hauling it. He was trucking
He
on.
definitely passed his pre-race vet check this morning, that's for sure. He looks sound as a dollar out there.
Coco is a great guy. Our fourth race today, and here I'm going to go with, seems I like a lot of twos.
You do.
But I'm going to go with the two backup Ghost. We got a closer here. And from Thistledowns last time out, Mahoning Valley. Prior to that was Turfway Park. But you know what? We're going to get up maybe a little bit of class relief, just a smidge here. That last race out, I really wasn't sold. That by no means was that her best. This 4-year-old filly by Shaman's Ghost is 1 for 1 in the money here at Belterra Park. And going a route of distance, trainer Colby Williams wins 25% of the time, 75% in the money. I love the drop down in class. Victor LeBron, he had 2 wins yesterday, looking to pick up where he left off here. And a lot of times on that drop in class coming from maybe another track that there might be a little tougher competition there. Might really relish the trip down south here to Cincinnati. So I'm going to go with the 2 backup Ghosts, currently 5-2 in the morning line.
For me, Ed, in here, I went 5-2-3. I'm going to go with In a Peach right on top. Now, this one raced here on the 2nd of May, back again on the 18th of May. Had a 4th and a 3rd place finish. Been racing anywhere from the $15,000 claimers to the 12.5s to the 75. So I definitely think fits well in here. 2 starts back was in for the $15,000 tag. Last time out was in for the $7,500 tag. Today is going against the beaten claiming $7,500. So a little bit softer company. Yarmarie Correa in the irons for trainer Michael Evans. I think it's a great combo. I'm going to put the 5 on top in here. Of course, I used your 2 backup Ghosts. I feel like I've gone a lot of 5-2 today as well. I think that's been my angle. Going to use your 2 backup Ghosts in here for second. I agree with everything you said about that one. Love the shipper angle coming in from Thistledowns, Cleveland, Victor LeBron in the irons, for owner-trainer Colby Williams. And then for third, I went with Queen Lexi. I'm looking for kind of a better performance than her last time out. Thinking about 2 starts off of a small layoff might be just what the doctor ordered. And again, going to get some class relief in here, going from the 15s down with the 7,500. So 5-2-3 for me in race 4.
You know, you mentioned Yarmarie Correa. I was coming through the jocks room this morning, and I saw her come walking in. Very few words. She gave me the big fist bump, and when she did, I think she broke 3 fingers. She is as strong and as hard, just like a nickel steak. I mean, boom. Yeah, I mean, she cracked my hand. I was like, okay, I put it back in my pocket. It was like I didn't want her to see me cry, but I was close to it. I was zeroing in on the old tears, but she is really incredible in the saddle. Finishes very strong. She's is equally impressive on speed and with closers. Big fan of Yarmarie. Our 5th race today, maiden claiming event, traveling a mile and a 16th on the turf.
So exciting.
Turf
I love when we
is
get to use the turf course.
Turf
It is
racing
just,
is beautiful.
oh, it's something else.
I mean, it is perfect. Scratch number 2, I Be Gone. Scratch 2, I Be Gone. Scratch number 10, Vostra.
The 4 is also out. I am hearing we have a late scratch, so we lose both the 2 and the 4, Every Loving Wish.
And 2, 4, and the 10 are, we have a late scratch with the 4. 2, 4, and the 10 are scratched, and there's a 1 rider change, and that's on number 7, Canopy. It's John McKee picking up the mount for trainer Larry Smith. For me in here, I must be thinking about beer because I go right to the 6, Frothy, owned by Jerry Jamagachi and Eric Reed. If that sounds familiar, he trained a Derby winner, Rich Strike. And Charlie Oliveros, the madman from Mountaineer, he's been setting up shop here. He's looking better and better and better each and every time. He rides very well for Eric Reed. Eric Reed's 38% in the money. This is one of my favorite angles. Second time off the synthetic. Nothing against the synthetic, but it takes a couple of times to get back to acclimated to good old Mother Nature dirt, in my opinion. Dropping down 2 class levels, trainer Eric Reed wins 21% of the time. Both sire Liam's Map and Rooms, they both win 13% with their turf runners overall. Drop down in class, I think figures to improve while returning to the turf today. And I'm a big fan of Eric Reed, Jerry Jamagachian, and I'm really starting to like Charlie Oliveros, the madman from Mountaineer. So in today's fifth race, I'll go with the 6, Frothy at 5-2.
Well, Ed, with the scratch of the 4 now, I'm going to have to say ditto. I had your 6, Frothy, second choice in here. And I got to think of the right way to say this because I actually had Frothy on top so many times, and I said, you know, I'm going to try today to stay away from using a bunch of chalky horses and try to find a little money here and there. But Frothy, if you get a chance to look at this horse down in the paddock, just a beautiful big gray roan filly by Liam's Map. So be great, just beautiful to look at, very well put together. Taking a serious class drop today. Has been running against the $30,000 claimers. Today is in for the maiden claiming 15-10. Is going to come out for the $15,000 tag. Last time out here finished 4th. Had John McKee in the irons. Going to have Charlie Oliveros in the irons today. John McKee, of course, is going to ride the 7 Canopy for trainer Larry Smith. So for me, I'm going to go 6, 8, 7. Going to use the 8 for second. Now this one, how do you say that name, Ed, on the 8? Hallison?
On the 8?
Yeah.
Halcyon Days.
Halcyon Days. So that one I'm going to use for second. Gabriel Lagunas had a couple wins on the card yesterday.
He's on fire.
He is also on fire. We got quite a few guys here on fire. Somebody better go put them out. No, just kidding. For today, we need them to stay on fire, if you will. So going to use that one for second. And then for third, I am going to go with the 7 Canopy, John McKee in the irons. This one's been knocking on the door, so to speak, for a win. A bridesmaid last 2 times out, finishing second. Perry Utes has been riding. John McKee in the irons today. So for me, in race 5, I'm going to go 6, 8, 7 with Frothy right on top.
That was a nice little knuckleball you threw there. A bridesmaid. I like that.
Yeah, 2 back-to-back second-place finishes. Yeah,
Can I steal that today?
You can.
Feel free, but there is a charge, right?
Yes, there is a charge. I'll add it to your tab.
I'll pay whatever is worth it, and that's definitely worth it, a bridesmaid. Our 6th race today is a starter optional claiming event, traveling 1 mile, scratch the 1 English Challenge, scratch number 4 Desert Highway, and scratch number 5 Cindy Storm from today's 6th race. That will mean no place, no show, no trifecta or superfecta wagering, win and pick 3 wagering only in today's 6th race. For me, I think I'm not going to be alone on this. I'll take the 2 Rasan Carter. Eder Martinez, he has been riding red hot, 24%. For Richie Estvanco, they score 33% of the time. We might have a new version of the Cash Money Brothers this year.
Oh, boy.
Oh, I mean, we can just say part 2. It wouldn't be fair. They're still the Cash Money Brothers. 33% they win as a team. I really like that. That means they fit in well. There's a lot of good communication. 83% in the money. 18 for 19 over the Belterra Park surface. I call that a horse for a course. Mid-pack stalker, if you watch the last race, this will be second start of 2024. Only win by 8 1/4 lengths and could have probably won by daylight. I'll take Rasan Carter in today's 6th race. I don't think you're going to get 5-2, but we can always keep our fingers crossed.
For me, I'm going to go 2-3 in here. I'm going to take the 2, Rasan Carter. Ed called it already. Rasan Carter is just one of my favorite horses here at Belterra Park. Now, this one, 11 wins here at Belterra Park in 21 starts. I think he makes that 12 for 22 today. Now, separately from that, in his 21 starts here at Belterra Park, 18 of them, he's been on the board in the money. So you have to respect that. 7-year-old chestnut stallion, Richard Estvanco, always at the top of the leaderboard here in the trainers. And of course, Eder Martinez. Eder knows this horse really well. He's been riding him for a couple years at least. So getting back in the irons on him again, won last time by 8 1/4, as Ed mentioned. That's pretty impressive. Back in again today here at Belterra Park. I think, you're not going to get quite 5-2 morning line when he comes out here for the post parade, but I don't think they can beat him in here. If anybody could, that I think would be the 2, and that's Mr. Klein. This one is 2 for 2 at Belterra Park and has coming into the race with 3 in a row. So could go for 4 in a row today, which is also pretty impressive in and of its own right. So 2-3 for me in race 6.
Our 7th race, a maiden claimant event traveling 1 mile. Number 6, English Bobby is plus 1 pound overweight in today's 7th race. For me, I go to the 2, another 2. Revenge Tour, blistering speed here. This 3-year colt by Tourist is 2 for 4 in the money at Belterra Park and has a 101 early time for number. Remember, the higher the number, the better. There's an early time for number and a late running time for number when you're looking at your daily racing form. Basically, the higher the better. Kind of tips their hand of really what they like to do. Dropping down 2 classes for Revenge Tour, trainer Jamie Grubbs, who's winning 25%, scores on the drop down 18% of the time, going a route of ground 22%. Jamie Grubbs has always been one of my favorite to actually watch and bring her horses over. Another trainer that when they come over, they look like $1 million and a shiny penny. A lot of speed here with German Terraz aboard for Jamie Grubbs, and together they've been winning 23% as a team the last 60 days. Dropping down in class, the trainer loves routes. We're going to route of ground, 2 for 4 in the money, early speed. Catch me if you can with Revenge Tour. That's German Terraza.
For me in here, I'm going to go 3-4-2. I'm going to throw it to the 3, Hangman Creek. Now this one is going to make his 3rd start off of a small layoff since February. 3rd start here at Belterra Park. Tiago Canuto in the irons. You guys have heard us say it several times today. Tiago Canuto, he's been on fire, so I'm hoping that he can do a little bit of magic here with the 3, Hangman Creek. Like I said, has raced here his last 2 starts at Belterra Park. Fits in with this group well. The maiden claimer 5,000. Prior to that, was racing in the maiden claimers anywhere from $15,000 to $20,000. So pretty significant class drop last 2 starts. I'm going to use that one for the win. Going to use Centrifugal Force coming in from Santa Anita and Churchill Downs. Not been racing all that great. Taking a pretty serious class drop. Going to find some softer company, find itself in a more comfortable spot. And of course, you got Johnny McKee in the irons. Johnny McKee is always at the top of our leaderboard in the jock standings here. So, and there's a reason for that. So going to use that one for 2nd. And then for 3rd, I am going to use your 2, Revenge Tour. Of course, I don't leave Jamie Grubbs off a ticket here at Belterra Park for all the reasons that Ed just said.
If you do, shame on you. That's all I'll say to that number.
Agreed.
8th and final allowance event, sprinting 5 furlongs on the turf, and the turf is?
Firm.
There we go. Turf is firm. Scratch number 9, Road Minister. And I have to say the turf course looks incredible. It's turf season. It's time to run on the turf. We know that you love it. And the track crew does an incredible job. Ashley, I mean, is it lush and green or are my eyes fooling me?
It is a beautiful, deep, almost emerald green, if you will. Just beautiful track right now. It's lush. The rain is kind of, we have a love-hate relationship with the rain, right? We need the rain to keep the grass growing, looking full, looking lush, a nice, even, consistent surface. But of course, when we get too much rain, now our grass is waterlogged, and of course, we can't use it. So we had to come off the turf almost every day last week. So far, we've been on the turf this week. Very exciting. Love to see it. If you haven't got a chance to make your way down for the turf races yet, right on the apron, we have a race at a mile at 16th. And of course, our 8th and final race is a 5 furlong sprint right there on the turf course.
Don't blink, it'll be over quick. 8th and final, scratch 9, Road Minister. I'm going to go with the 8, Hijack the Party. Lots of speed here. For you'll get a son of Jack Milton for Eric Reed. Derby winning trainer Eric Reed. Charlie Oliveros is in the irons again here. They're on the turf, and I'm going to see coming off the synthetic at Turfway Park, I'm going to see a lot of speed here. Oliveros left Turfway on a very good note off of a win. And we're going to see a little bit of maiden win off the synthetic. That's a big move here. His damn happy party girl had 2 starters, 2 winners. one of which was a turf winner, and I really like that here. And Hijack the Party has a 1:04 early time for number, which means catch me if you can right from the gate. I see Charlie Oliveira sending for Eric Reed, and going to be tough to wheel in.
For me here in race 8, Ed, I went 4-5-8. I'm going to use the 4, El Cuervo Feliz on top in here. Agustin Gomez has been the only rider on this horse in its 7 lifetime starts. So that right there tells me he's sticking with the horse for a reason. He's comfortable with the horse, should know him inside and out. The horse is comfortable with this speed. The only question for me really is, how's he going to handle the turf? First lifetime start on the turf here. This one finished 3rd and 2nd here at Belterra Park, last 2 times out, both going that 6 furlongs, 3/4 distance. Goes 5/8 today on the grass at a sprint. 5-2 morning line. I don't think you're going to quite get 5-2 when we get ready for the post parade here and they head to the gate. I expect this one to go off as the heavy favorite. One of the heavy favorites, let me say. And then I'm going to use the 5, Libertango, Yarmarie Correa in the irons. This one, she rode this horse last time out at Indiana Grand. Now Horseshoe Indianapolis, my apologies. Rides today here at Belterra Park for trainer Kevin Fletcher. And then I am going to use your 8, Hijack the Party, for 3rd in here. So 4-5-8 for me in race 8.
You know, we're racing on the turf, and they did a tremendous job. We love racing on the turf. We know you enjoyed it as well. I mean, when they go down to the paddock, you've talked a brief bit about this. Is there just a tidbit of, 1, 2, 3 things that you want to look at? Maybe your top reason when you're down there looking for a turf horse?
Oh, for me, when I'm looking for a turf horse, I tend to pick to the horses that are longer and leaner, a little bit taller. I kind of look at the feet. You want to see a horse with a bigger foot on the turf because, of course, you want to stay right on top of that grass course. You don't want to sink or dig in too much, and a smaller foot will do that. And also the same thing I look for all horses, whether it's turf or dirt. The main thing I look at, are their eyes bright and clear? Are their ears pricked forward? Do they seem like they want to be here and are excited to race? And of course, what does their coat and their muscling look like? Are they well conditioned? Are they healthy? So if you see a lot of dapples on a horse, the light colored rings everywhere, you see a gleam on the coat, a shine, you got to say right there, good muscling, good little bit of fat where it's meant to be. That's a horse that's well conditioned, healthy, and ready to run, and that's what we love to see. And I do got to mention, we have a very exciting week next week.
We do.
We have both Best of Ohio on Friday. We have 5 $100,000 stake races, as well as some great overnight racing action. And then on Saturday, of course, Belmont Day. So join both Ed and myself, and of course, our special guest co-handicappers, both Friday and Saturday of next week.
Good handicappers. It's going to be a tough table to sit with because there's going to be a lot of action, and we are really excited about Best of Ohio Day. There's going to be a lot of action. What a day to showcase the Ohio product.
You know what? And of course, we have 2 turf stakes on Best of Ohio Day. We have the Baps Palacios and the Diana Stakes, the sprints on the dirt. We have the Norm Barron Queen City for the fillies. And then, of course, we have the green carpet and the Cindy Gindelman Memorial Stakes on the turf. I can't wait. It's going to be a great week.
I was very well acquainted with Norm Barron. He would be awfully proud of this day coming about.
So exciting. Well, everyone, on behalf of myself, my co-announcer here, Mr. Ed Meyer, and all the staff here at Belterra Park, thanks so much for joining us. Good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please honor America with the playing of the national anthem? Good afternoon and welcome to beautiful Belterra Park, Cincinnati. 8 live races coming your way. First race goes postward in 8 minutes. Phillies Mares coming on the track for today's opener. Phillies Mares sprinting 5.5 furlongs. Here's your field. And one is Moon Party, owned by Lee J. Ironman, turned by T.R. Hahn. Vernon Bush in the saddle. Number 2 is Abounding, owned and trained by David K. Cook. Tiago Canuto, the pilot. Number 3 is Queen of Chill, owned by Jose Hernandez, trained by Dustin Heath. Perry Utes in the saddle. Number 4 is Rose Ring, owned by Betty Zurcher, trained by T.R. Hahn. Gabriel Laguna